Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, the Hut. Welcome back to the Baseball Hut 3. Hopefully, you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So, one of the many things I like to do online is making fun of the host at WFAN. We have sort of the insane asylum report and going to the funny farm on the Baseball Hut too. But there was an interesting story, about one of the hosts leaving. And this guy's been around quite a while at WFAN, and this is Keith McPherson, one of the most uninteresting and just a dick, an uninteresting dick on the radio and online, and just an annoying little kid. He just acts like a little kid with the callers, with the people that follow him online. He's a very disrespectful guy, not a very nice guy, from what I could tell. Bit of a buffoon. Well, he's leaving. I have this article from Awful Announcing. Now, he was hired 4 years ago to replace Steve Summers. I can't do my Steve Summers impression because of this cold that I have. But just take it for what it's worth. He was not a very good replacement for Steve. And look, 4 years, prime time at night. After Yankee games, Nets games, all during the wintertime, the summertime, from 6 to 10. Great primetime hours. After 4 years, done. I don't know what happened. Very vague. Wonder if he embarrassed himself. That might be what happened. Awful Announcing. Keith McPherson announced a surprising exit from WFAN as full-time host. Before anybody else can hijack the story and say I was fired or my contract was up, I wasn't fired. My contract is not up. And he was not on the air on Monday. He did this on the internet. Keith McPherson broke surprising news Monday morning, announced his immediate exit from WFAN as the station's full-time night host. McPherson joined WFAN in November 21 from John Boy Media, succeeding the legendary Steve Summers as the station's weeknight host. And after 4 years in this time slot, McPherson announced last Friday's show was his final one as a full-time host at WFAN. I didn't realize he came from John Boy Media. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Now, meanwhile, please, of course, hit the subscribe button for the Baseball at 3. And what can best be viewed as sort of like a hostage tape. Quote, I'd like to break some news before anybody else can break my news. I'm officially done at the nighttime. As a nighttime host at WFAN, McPherson said in a video posted to social media channels. It has been 4 calendar years. Friday was my last nighttime show as the full-time nighttime host. McPherson said he might still appear on WFAN as a part-time host, but his run as a full-time host of the station is over. Additionally, McPherson noted the decision was his. What could it be? Before anybody else can hijack the story and say I was fired or my contract was up, I wasn't fired. I'm not quitting. My contract is not up. I'm shifting. I'm making a personal change that was necessary for myself and my family. I just took my son to school and just saw my wife leave for work and got a minute to sit here before the days get rolling. But breaking news this Monday going into Thanksgiving, I am no longer the full-time nighttime host on WFAN. Interesting. The news was just as surprising to those inside the station as it was for everyone on the outside. McPherson announced his departure while WFAN's morning show with Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti were on the air. While Giannotti usually has a close pulse on any looming changes at the fan, he learned about McPherson's abrupt exit when everybody else did. McPherson didn't announce his next move, but with his social media following and issues of content creators, it's fair to assume he'll continue talking about New York sports just as he did Monday, going live to discuss the Jets, Giants, Mets, and Yankees. I wonder what happened here. Like I said, he's a bit of a punk online. He's a bit of a dick, to be honest with you, to his callers. He's not very nice. You read his tweets, you lose, IQ points reading his tweets. This is a guy who's got a big education, but he doesn't talk educated. Something very strange is going on here. And he didn't say anything warm about the station. He didn't say anything nice about the station. He didn't say anything. It's just that he's going to schedule conflicts with my family. Well, he seems to, from 6 to 10, this doesn't seem, spends most of the day, whatever he's doing. It's a very bizarre story, a very bizarre ending. But, a lot of people are very disappointed in him because, like I said, this is a guy that has made himself into a troll to where he mocks, the callers, mocks Met fans. It's not very nice to deal with. And that's the one thing I noticed about him. We can say whatever you want. They can be, we know that some of these hosts can be very abrupt, hanging up the phone on some of the callers and the listener. Well, they're very respectful towards the listeners. But in terms of the callers, he's probably the most disrespectful to them. And we saw his behavior towards John Heyman last year, or this past year, excuse me. How he ripped into him, and Heyman just sort of threw his hands up and said he had enough of the radio station. So I'm trying to sit here, I'm thinking here at the hut, why did he leave all of a sudden? Did he get himself into some kind of trouble at work, or? So that's what happens. He quietly moves stuff along. And the fact that nobody at the radio station knew about it tells me something bad happened at this radio station. And he doesn't want to talk about it. The radio station kept it very quiet. And that's the case. And he doesn't finish the year out. But then he does his own thing online. I guess he's got different platforms that he talks on. Very strange. But he got out of the insane asylum. I'm glad I don't have to talk about him because whenever I read his post on X, I always felt like I was taking a sledgehammer to my IQ points. Well, thank you for watching this video, and of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 3, and I'll see you later.